this? Who brought it to whom and said, let's do this?
I actually brought it to him and told him I would be willing to have another female in our relationship. And it was just based off of watching TV shows, actually. And I was like, I would do something like that. The husband and wife brought in another woman, and I was like, I like that. They're a throuple. I would do that.
Now, are you all sexually active together, like you and you?
Now, the first law, or the first verse I'm going to read, is Deuteronomy 21:15. Deuteronomy stands for the law, just like the Torah. And so it says, if a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated, and they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, and if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, 16, then it shall be when he make his sons to inherit that which he have, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn. So these two wives that he had, they still had order. The first wife child would get the firstborn inheritance. Now when you go to Exodus 21 and verse 10, it say, if he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. So right there you clearly see that in the law that Moses gave to the people from God, that God wrote on with his own finger. See, Moses just didn't come up with this. He was living around the Israelites and seeing how they was dealing with each other and say, this might be a good idea. No, the Lord gave him these laws on the tablet of stone written with his finger. You see, God wrote these things on a stone and gave it to Moses, or spoke it to Moses while Moses was writing it down while he was on the mountain. So these is God's laws. These ain't some laws that the men of God wrote. No, he specifically gave this to Moses. Now, let's go into what I already know what these deceivers, these antichrists, these devils gonna try to use or been using to confuse the people. Let's go straight to the words of the Son of God, who came and did miracles and all kind of stuff, and who is the talk of the world, the whole world talking about him. Matthew chapter 5 verse 17. He was talking to his disciples, and he was telling them and teaching them, and he said in what this Matthew 5 and 17, think not that I am come to destroy the law. He said it twice too. He said, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. And they're gonna try to slide in that fulfill mess, which we know that's not talking about fulfilling the law. See, in the law it was prophecies. It was prophecies inside of the law. Moses had said a prophet was gonna come for the people. And so that was a prophecy that Moses gave while he was giving out these laws. Moses was telling the people what was going to happen. You see, Moses was also a prophet. He just wasn't a priest or of Levi, from the tribe of Levi. He was a prophet. Now, when you jump down to verse 19 of Matthew 5 and 19, it says, whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. So, the least of the commandment, marriage is not one of the least commandments. Marriage is a serious thing. Gaining another wife and multiplying your family, having children, is one of the greatest um, things that a man can do. It says what it was, the verse talks about, or the scripture talks about, is many things that make a man happy, but um, and one of those was to see his children, to have children and see them pretty much prosper. Now, what else we got? So that's the leader of the Israelites, telling them that he did not come to destroy no laws that was given to Moses on the mountain. He told them in Matthew 4 and 4, he said, but he answered and said, it is written. See, everything that is written, this is how you supposed to deal with it. He said, man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. See, every word that God gave these people when Moses was on the mountain, this is what man's supposed to live by. But see, these individuals, they want to follow the devil. And you see what the devil do. He made it illegal to do God's law. He made it illegal to where you can't have multiple wives. Romans 7 and 1, it say, know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how that the law have dominion over a man as long as he liveth. See, the law was not finna be done and for so-called fulfilled and done away with. That's the devil trying to tell people he's a hater of God. He's Satan, the adversary of God. The adversary of God gonna tell you that don't follow the laws that God got for you. He know how he made women. He know how he made men. He know how he made the society, and he gave laws due to how he made his creation. When you see a lion have lioness, 4 or 5 of them, and he be the only lion. It's in nature, the so-called polygamy, with a man having multiple women, is all around in nature. Only these devils in this society made it illegal, and this is the problem that we having in the society. You having people talking about this cheating mess, and that's killing every relationship. Trying to uh, go against God's laws, going against his laws. Look at him. Romans 6 and 23, it say the wages of sin is death. What is sin? Sin is the transgression of the law. Sin is breaking the law. Sin is not following the law. When you don't follow that law that he gave to Moses, that means you're death. See, you're not going to have a prosperous life. It's going to be the death of that relationship. The women are going to always be in a jealous mindset, always being trying to control the man, using their so-called power to do this and that and try to control this man on some jealousy stuff, control them with their sexual organs, control him with threatening him to leave, and he wanting a woman. See, and they on him about this cheating mess. So this is how the devil is operating. But this give the women power, so they go along with the devil. See, they like to have power. That's the whole thing why he gave the men to put the law down that he can have multiple wives, because these wives gonna have this type of attitude. They gonna be competing, because this is what humans do. They compete. So if they only with the man, they gonna be competing with the man. They have to be with another woman to now she can compete with that other woman and don't be competing with her man. She leave the man alone, and now she can compete with the other woman, because this is what especially the so-called Negro woman, she's still trying to compete with her man when she should be competing with another woman. But the devil say, "Oh, you can't have another woman, man. You only can have one woman." And so now you got your woman competing with you. She trying to outwork you. She trying to outdo you. She trying to wear your pants. She trying to talk like you, boss you around. See, this is the problem with the society. And then guess what else? When the scriptures say the same sex can't be together, the devil say, "Oh, well, we gonna make the same sex can be together. You can be with the same sex, but you can't follow God's law and have multiple wives." You see, this is how the devil operates. And these dragons puts in certain states that they can do it in certain states. If some of their people want to have the urge to do it, they do it in certain states because they people got enough money and income where they can move to them other states and they can participate in this polygamy. See, but God's people, they ain't gonna have that type of money to move like that, and it's illegal, so they'll never get their money up to even participate in some mess like, well, I ain't saying mess, participate in having multiple wives. And this is how the situation is in Babylon the Great America with these devils. But the proof is in the pudding, because the situation can work, and it's gonna work, because this is God's law. He not gonna let people going by his law fail. Now these other relationships, with the women want to be with each other, then that's still abomination. And this is the problem with these dragons. They don't threw that into the game. And a lot of them, the only reason a lot of the men have two women with them, because the devil got these women want to be with each other. And so now they be down for having a man, tagging a man along. See, because they know just them with each other ain't good enough. They want them a man, but the devil done gave them the urge to want to be with a woman too. See, he done gave them that manly spirit, but they want to be with a woman. See, this is why if you don't understand that these people are the devil, you'll never understand what God got going on. But yeah, I just want to make that real quick. All praise to the Most High. Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashim Kakadash. Shalom.